one. It's called Ambition. I want to do it all, I said. I want to travel. I'll visit every country, every continent. I'll travel by camel, by elephant, by rickshaw, by jet ski, by helicopter, by supersonic plane, by yacht, by train, by balloon, by riding on the back of the dodo that I'll find on my famous scientific expedition. By Arctic sled, by a sedan chair, by submarine, by rocket, but not on horseback or a bike, because they frighten me. I'll be famous for my dancing, my painting, my gymnastics. I'll be famous for inventing edible plastics, for my skill at quoits, for my sexual exploits, for my piety, my escapology, my tightrope walking, my fast talking in Swahili, my playwriting, my copywriting, my bullfighting, my politicking, my pharaoh knitting, my witticisms, my literary criticisms. Yes, I'll do it all, I said. And did I? No. That's it.
Oh, Lord, Jan, man.
You, Jan.
When I was a young fella, Barry Hines' Kess was one of my favourite books. When the movie came out, I went to see it 3 times in a row. I was so delighted with it. And I'd never seen a real kestrel, just a glance up in the air. So I went to West Ham United's former ground, Upton Park. I was bringing the kids to look around it. And there was a kestrel. And what they do is they fly the hawk around the ground and it imprints on the birds so they won't get the grass when it's sowing. And then he was off to Highbury and Arsenal. So that was my one chance that I'd be face to face with a kestrel. This is called Morning's Minion, as in the Hopkins. I cut this morning's minion, kingdom of daylight stuff and you know the same. The kestrel threw its shadow on the path that ran away from me, vanishing into the sun before it could enter my eyes. I saw and did not see it. I had only ever seen it in words, the poet's lines hovering in my mind, until here upon my arm, in a football ground, deigning to allow us in its presence, gazing into and beyond my tiny humanity. Thank you.
Very good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's one about my mother. I'm not always very nice about my mother. My mother was quite unusual, and since she died, I feel much more fond of her. But this is a story which is true. It's quite topical in that we've got a lot of thoughts of Nixon and all that with the Trump stuff. This one's called W.I. Gate. She flicks the switch. The room is bugged. She smiles to think the girls she's hugged will have a chance now to reveal opinions that they would conceal. She wonders and she hopes and fears what secrets await her curious ears. When she goes out to make the tea, she knows W.I. gossip will flow free. With the hostess in the kitchen, the ladies turn to open bitching, tear apart her sense of style, her ever patronising smile, her air of knowing everything, her hairstyle and her parenting, the way she thinks she's really cute, God's gift to the Women's Institute. When she comes back to the room, the meeting's decorously resumed. They leave with many thanks and smiles. She plays the tape. She finds her guiles rebounded badly. As she listens, I see an angry teardrop glisten. I ask her, "Mum, will you resign and let them hear the reason why?" "Oh no," she says, "I'll beat those witches. No, I know they're perfect bitches. I know that none of them could be a perfect secretary like me. They'll never know they made me cry, those harpies of the W.I." That's who I take after.
That's
Scary, isn't it?
She's got all the rooms booked here as well. She can hear me writing a poem. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Are you writing the poem, Donald? No, I'm not. Look where she's put the bug. Underneath the teacup. Like, I felt the weight as I lifted it up. Slide there if you want.
Are you reading what?
Yeah.
Are you giving us a poem, Donald?
Yes, yes. I'm giving you 4 tiny little poems. That'll go by like this. There, gone. This is called No Room at the Crib. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, the cat's in the crib. The Holy Family out on their ear. Cat used to always go for the crib, I don't know why. This is called Know Your Clouds. She runs in to tell me a cloud has fallen asleep in the field. The fog can only smile at her. This is called Being in the World. I'm scared, she sobs. Of what, love? I cuddle her. Of being in the world. And I was explaining what a skeleton was, and she was going, where is my skeleton? What? It's inside me. Will it come out, bite me at night? But then she got used to the idea, and I said, where you going, Tilly? I'm taking my skeleton for a walk. There you go. I take my skeleton for a walk, but Janice bugged that too. I can feel it in my bones. This is a poem about all the non-times, insignificant little moments that I encountered when I was 3, 4, 5, 7, and I didn't have the words to express it, but I could see it and I couldn't say it. Now I can say it because they're still there like movies. I just have to walk into the moment. So this is called The Lost Moments of Childhood Return. The trees stop running, the hills slow down, the station arrives at the train. He felt as if he were to let go of the tightly held red balloon. He would float away into the forever. The silence settles upon him like an invisible snow. Even the noise is quiet. The teacher speaks to him in visible italics, sarcasm staining the space between them. The teacher shouts in capitals. He cringes in lower case, rubbing himself out. A snowfall of dust upon the snail's back. Sunlight shifts from foot to foot. A sunbeam slices through the attic's ages. Moths pretend they're atoms. The night, like black blotting paper, absorbs him bit by a yellow brick on a red brick on the ho-ho-ho of Christmas. My tonsils no longer mine. Fields dozing under an unrelenting sun. Trees walking in shimmer. In the space between second and second, he sees the world as it is. The world too big to pack into the little words he knew. Thank you.
Very good.
That's a nice one. I haven't heard that before.
That's me.
It's you.
Yep. This is called a piece of cake. I resolve to have no New Year's resolutions. The resolutions I don't make, I can't break. I can and I will. I tell myself doesn't believe a word of it. New Year's resolutions, a piece of cake. The cake wins. My resolve dissolves before a piece of cake. Unable to lose weight, let me eat cake.